You're now live. Welcome, an hour later than planned, to Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And I've got a recommendation from LinkedIn, which I'm going to ignore for now. I'm going to press preview, and we're going to go live on Amazon. Okay, so far so good. I suppose I better start the clock. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, thank you very much. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, I can see your comments in the studio. If you're on Amazon Live, I can see your comments in the studio. So let's just get things set up. And we're live on Amazon Live. It's an exciting day because, well, it just is. Okay, so hello, everybody, and welcome. If you're watching live, please do say hello. This is Stephen, and we're about to come on screen. I'm going to take my reading glasses off because I don't need those, and go live. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to stop the clock. Okay, so the clock is frozen. I'm going to remove the clock. So let me go here and remove the countdown clock because we stopped it. Let's say hello and welcome to, well, let's go welcome to Lights, Camera, Action. I'm going to take that off. And welcome to the broadcast with Stephen live from England. And you are most definitely watching Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And we have our first comment of the day, which is coming from YouTube, from the Streamlabs Elements, or Stream Element Spot, who's saying hello. So hello to the bot. Okay, now you're actually watching me on the Nexigo camera, but the first camera I want to talk about today isn't, well, I am not connected to it. And I'm talking about it. It is the Logitech C920X. And Logitech C920X is down in the carousel at the moment at $63.99. And let's see if we can bring it in. Just a minute. If I go here and I go here, it'll already be in my carousel, won't it? Just a minute. If I show this on stream, I'm just going to switch a couple of things off. So, right, those are off. I can show this. So this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, broadcasting on Be Live, and we are live. So can hide that. And thank you for watching on Amazon Live. And what we're going to talk about is this, not the Elgato Stream Deck. We're going to talk about this camera. And this camera is Logitech C920X. Now, this is an ideal camera if you're just starting out on live broadcasting. And if you're watching on Facebook, there's a link to it on Amazon. And if you're watching on YouTube, you've got a link as well. Now, today, before I actually get into things, if I go here and here, two things. We have a comment snake, and I'm the only person on the snake at the moment. If you comment during this live broadcast, then your image will go onto the snake. And I'm practicing today because we also have a tip jar. And I'm going to move the tip jar so you can see it. Probably it's a bit opaque, isn't it? But eventually, if I just put the tip jar up there, what we'll be doing, well, starting next week, really, this is just a practice, is that we'll be doing Amazon vouchers. So watch this space. As the snake goes round and you comment, you get added to the snake, and then the people on the snake go into the jar and a name is drawn at random, and you can win. Not today, but you can win next week an Amazon gift certificate. So the only thing you have to do is to actually comment on this live broadcast. Just help me practice, make sure everything's working. No winners today, but there will be starting next week in the run up to Black Friday. So we have the mechanism, we have the snake, we have the jar, and it's officially called the lottery jar. Okay, so that's the lottery jar, and towards the end of this broadcast, we'll pick out a winner. But to be in it, you've got to be in it to win it, and you've actually got to comment. Now, the comment can be anything just from hello, Stephen, through to I'm watching you from Texas, I'm watching you from New York, and basically you need to comment, and I need to test this. Okay, I'm testing 3 days this week, and then we'll go live next month, well, next Tuesday. Okay, the picture you're looking at, okay, this picture is Cairnhill Locks, which is just down the road from where I live. It's the longest set of locks in the world. The idea is to take a barge uphill, and this canal runs from, if I go picture in picture, this canal actually runs, just hide that for a second. This canal actually runs from Bristol to London. And what used to happen, the canals were built to carry goods. And this canal, Cairns-Navan Canal, runs between Bristol and London. And goods were shipped from the USA, especially cotton, into Bristol docks, and then they were taken off the ship, put on the barges, and the barges would travel up the canal to London and deliver their goods. So that's how goods used to get from the east coast of the States to London by ship and then by barge. Now, the barge trip took 3 or 4 or 5 days, depending on how hectic the canal was, but it was the most cost-effective way of transporting goods from A to B. Now, the thing about that is that, as we all know, what happened next is that the steam engine was invented, and the railways came into being, and of course, canals were no longer needed. So the canals were no longer needed. I'm going to take that snake off. I'll bring it back later. So let's hide that photograph. Beautiful. It's now used for tourism. Okay, people come on their boats and they travel up and down the canal as a holiday. And the beautiful thing is that when they were building the canal, they actually built public houses, inns, and you can actually go along the canal at the 4 miles an hour, and then you can stop overnight at a country inn and enjoy a drink before moving on to your next destination, which would be another country inn. So I'll hide that, and I'm going to show this in the stream. Okay, so this is the Logitech C920X camera. And the thing about C920X, this is I just posted the link many years ago. Okay, I've been broadcasting for 7 years now. And when Facebook Live came out, we decided we had to improve our game. And we did that by getting an external camera. In our hundreds and then in our thousands, we bought the Logitech C920X. Alexa, who are Logitech?
Logitech International SA is a Swiss-American multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software, with headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland, and Newark, California.
Alexa,
The
stop.
company has
So it's a Swiss-American company. It's based in Newark in California, and one of their first products was this, which is the Logitech C920X. And basically, it's got a 78-degree field of view. In fact, I can tell you the salient points. I've actually written them down. So let's go here. I don't do this too often, but Logitech C920X is what we're looking at. X stands for extra. This camera is capable of a full 1080p or 720 and is 30 frames per second, so it's industry standard. It's got clear stereo audio from 2 omnidirectional speakers and high definition light auto correction. If I switch my light off, using software to that, then I go a bit darker, but you can still see me because the camera is compensating. Okay, you've got advanced capture software. And this is important because when you get a new camera, you need to download the software that goes with it. Software allows you greater freedom and greater control over the camera. And there is a reason for this. If you don't get the software, I'm going to go here. Just a minute, I'm getting hold of the software. And I can give you an example. If I zoom out, let's go to the Brio. If I zoom out, then basically using the software, I've gone all the way out, I'm going to 90 degrees. I would look like this. These are the standard camera default settings. And if I don't have the software, I would look like this all the time. But if I zoom in once, twice, and go to 78 degrees, then that's me happy. Okay, and that's basically what the software does. It allows you to control the camera so that you're not stuck on the default settings. Yeah, you can actually use the camera and frame yourself as you wish. That's important. We've talked about low light compensation if there's no lighting, and we've talked about that it acts as 78-degree field of view. Now, this version of the camera was released in 31st March 2020. The camera that's down in the carousel was released then. This camera is 7 years old. So when you're talking about how good a build is this camera still lives and works on my second PC, and I've had no problems with it in all the time I've actually owned it. Which says a lot, really. But the thing about the Logitech C920X is that it includes 3 months license to XSplit VCAM background removal. Now, background removal is a bit of a mystery. First of all, the why. Why should you use background removal software? Basically, if you're appearing on a Zoom call and you want to stand out, you want to have a good presentation, then background removal software can do that because you can slide any photograph in as a backdrop. Well, let me explain. Let me bring this video on screen, and this is how all background removal software works. So let's start with this. And this has C920X has a 3-month license to this software. And what we're going to do now is switch my microphone off and press play. Ian for Wiltshire in England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCAM, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCAM program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing the button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCAM is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see I'm back. I switched my microphone on. I just want to do a test, just a minute. So that was background removal software. That's exactly how it works, irrespective of who's supplying it. I'm back. I switched my microphone. Right. Okay. I've got sound, so that's good. Background removal can enhance your broadcast. Okay. Now, because I'm actually let's just zoom out a minute. If I go here. then, and I go up, you can see a green screen behind me. Now, and a brick wall in front of it. The thing is that if you're going to use background removal software, you really do need to have a green screen. If you don't have a green screen, it will look okay. But if you have a green screen, it's near perfection. What you're looking out for is the fact that you've got 5 fingers on each hand. That helps. And the outline of your head, okay, especially your hair. And I can see some comments coming in. So I'll bring back the snake in a minute. Just let me finish this point though. When you get the Logitech C920X, first of all, Logitech C920X is on discount today. It's 9% off. It's $63.99 as opposed to $69.99. So if you click link in carousel, you will get a 9% discount on this camera today. The prices that are shown in the carousel are discounted whilst we're live. Whilst broadcasts are live, there are special prices. That's why it always pays to actually watch live. Okay, and let's come up to the comments, and we've got a comment coming in. Hi, Stephen, and that must be Corinda again. And Corinda is saying, oh, Corinda's in hospital. I send you my best wishes, Corinda, for a quick recovery. So take care, and thank you for watching me from hospital. Hopefully I can keep you entertained for at least an hour, and everybody on Amazon and Facebook as well. Corinda is a good friend, lives in Staines in Middlesex, which is just outside London. It's close to Heathrow. So, and Corinda's just gone into hospital. Take care, my friend, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you, Corinda. Okay, now, if I go back to me, okay, we're going to go back. Brick wall's going to come in. That's just about it. Okay, background removal software does need a green screen. You'll find the Fovitech green screen is down in the carousel. And for that price, what you're actually getting is close to perfection, as rather than having a fuzzy result where everybody says, well, if it's just okay, then people can see using a green screen. If it's near perfect, they've got to look 2 or 3 times and decide. That's the difference. So do think about actually getting the green screen. If you scroll the carousel, you'll find a green screen in the carousel. Okay, it's the one I use. It's the one that's behind me. It's the Fovitech green screen. If I go over here, I might be able to show it as the featured item. Just a minute, because I'm talking about it, so I might as well show it you. Just a minute. And it is somewhere over here. I know it is. It's not far away. Well, mind you, with 40 items in the carousel. Okay, we've got there. Behind me, I've got there. Good. Cause for celebration. Fovitech green screen. Down in carousel is the featured item on the left-hand side. Yeah. And today the Fovitech green screen is, and it's 5 foot by 6.5 feet. It's 20. Wow. It's 22% off today. So if you want to look near perfect on a Zoom call with a green screen, this is the green screen. It's 22% off today. The side that you're looking at now, at the top, is green. The other side is blue. You can switch between the two. The unit itself, you can scrunch it, and then you can put it, fold it, and put it into its carrying bag, and you can take it anywhere. So it is a portable green screen. It's not fixed to one place. You can take it from one place to another quite easily. Okay, so we've talked about Golf Solo. We've just been talking about Logitech C920X. I can hide that video because we've seen the video. And this is what we've been talking about, Logitech C920X, which is, again, just a minute, I've got to go back through the carousel and land on it. And it is the featured item, and it's $63.99. Okay, let's bring my screen back to normal. Go like that. Okay, so the next item we're going to look at in the carousel is a more up-to-date camera, and that is the Nexigo. And the Nexigo, as luck would have it, is the camera you're actually watching now. Yeah. If I, just a minute. Oh, the carousel's in a different order. Just a, Oh, good. Just a minute. I've got a different carousel there than you have. That's it. I've got it. I've got it. If I show this on screen now, the camera we're talking about is in the carousel. It's the Zoom certified Nexigo N970p, and it is again on discount today. And the discount is 20% off. The camera you're looking at now, which is the Nexigo N970p, is 20% off today. So that's cause for celebration. And I'm going to tell you now about the camera. Before I do that, though, I'm looking for a comment that's coming in from Mr. Nick Wood, who is, hello, Nick. Nick is over on Amazon. Nick, thank you for the comment. And I'm just cryptically going to say the drought has ended. Okay, Nick will understand exactly what I mean. Well, it has actually in the UK. It's basically, we've entered a rainy season, incredibly. And the rain is just day after day, non-stop rain. And Angelica, my partner, set off this morning at 22:11 to go to the gym and came back. She came back within 10 minutes because she got soaked through. She was wet through from head to toe. Her trainers are still drying out. A top, and it's just, well, she has recovered, fortunately. And say hello to Nick. And hello, yes, he can see. And that's the first comment to come through. So just a minute, Nick. Let me read these comments because I've got the iPad on the gooseneck. Hello, yes, I can see. I should be drinking my fill tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. And there you are. Right. Okay. Brilliant. Now, what happens is this. Let's just go through this again for everybody who's just joined. We have a snake. Yeah. And if you comment, you will appear at the head of the snake. Okay. Today we're practicing, but next week I will have the lottery jar, which is there. Okay. And basically we'll be giving Amazon vouchers during the live broadcast, or I will, during the live broadcast next week. If you comment, you're added to the snake. If you are added to the snake, then you go into the jar and just click on the jar and it at random picks a winner. Okay. So to be in it, to win it, you have to comment on the live broadcast. Nothing else works. It can be hello, I'm watching from Denver. It can be anything as long as it's a comment. Now, I've got to say this, that we do welcome comments because basically Nick and I are both independent broadcasters, and we are from the UK. As you probably guessed that by now, if you've unmuted, you're actually listening to me. I live in Wiltshire in England. Nick lives in Hampshire, and that's two counties that are joint. We're about 70 miles away from each other, I think. And if we could meet halfway, it would be in Winchester, at Winchester Cathedral, which was a song back in the day. So Nick and I are independent. We're two of six English broadcasters, but there are over 2,000 live broadcasts on Amazon Live, and we're all grateful to be here. It is the best place to broadcast, definitely today. And we're independent. So when I talk about the Nexigo camera, which you're looking at now, yeah, then I am going to tell you what's good about it. And if anything's bad about it, I will tell you. Okay, it's an independent review. If you think of the Amazon.com page gives you recorded reviews and text reviews, I'm giving you a live review. The advantage of this is that if you've got a question about anything that's in my carousel, you can ask. Okay, I will try my best to answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody who does. Because through this live video thing, I've met thousands of people around the world, and we all help and support each other. And if you have a question about live broadcasting or about anything in the carousel, ask me. This is a clinic. Okay, this is Stephen's broadcasting clinic, and you can take part and comment. And over to Nick. And Nick is saying, good idea. Thank you, Nick. Okay, and thank you for watching on Amazon Live. Just a reminder, if I take the tip jar will be here next week, and you can win Amazon vouchers on this Be Live broadcast. Just a reminder that I am broadcasting on Be Live. Okay, and Be Live is the studio I'm using today, and that's why we've got the snake. That's why we've got the jar. To be on the snake, just comment. Okay, right. And if I go back over here, I can go down to tell you about the item that is highlighted in the carousel, which is an Nexigo in 970p webcam. Nexigo in 970p webcam. Right, tongue twister somewhat. Okay, now the thing about this is it's simple and straightforward. When you appear on live video, and we're talking about Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, wherever you appear on live video, you want to look at your best. Now, to do that, you need a first-class camera. And the Nexigo N970p is a first-class camera. It's made by Nexigo, who live just outside Seattle, and they are electronics wholesalers and retailers. And they saw a gap in the webcam market, and they now have 15 different webcams. Nick Wood, who's in the comments, shows you one of the models, and I'm showing you the N970p, which is towards the top of the range. Okay, now let's talk about it for a moment, and then I'll give you a short demonstration. Zoom certified, so it's certified for use with Zoom calls. It has onboard flash memory, so it can remember things. I'll tell you what it can remember in a moment. It's got AI-powered auto framing. Now, this camera is a conference camera. Okay, it's designed as such, but it works beautifully as a one-person camera. And the thing is, it's got me in the center of the screen, it's given me headroom, and it's framed me on screen. If I had 3 people on screen, now it would automatically get 3 people into the shot. If I had 5 people on screen, it would get 5 people into the shot. It expands its field of view as more people join. So you put the Nexigo onto the conference table on a stand. Just a minute. Let me show you how. If I go here, just a second. If I go to there and I go here, you put the Nexigo on a stand. Now down in the carousel is the Loom Cube tripod stand, which is just a beautiful design. But you put your camera on top of the tripod. Then it can look out at everybody who's sat at the conference table. So technically, that's how you do it. Put it on a tripod. Loom Cube tripod is brilliant. It's down in the carousel. And then it will expand from 1 person to 3 people to 5 people. I'm not saying whether it goes to 10 or not, but it definitely goes to 5 or 2, 4 or 6. And basically then you can broadcast out on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch with 5 of you on screen, 1 microphone, 1 camera. The camera is showing all 5 of you, which is a great approach to have. And that's because it's got an adjustable field of view. So it can go and get 5 people in. Now, I got this camera for one reason. I said a moment ago, you want to look good on camera, whether you're on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. This is by far the clearest picture I've ever seen on a webcam. And that's because of the Sony sensor. And I'll tell you more about the Sony sensor in a moment. But I mean, I've got the Brio, I've got the Obspot, and I've got this Nexigo. And the clearest picture is the Nexigo. In actual fact, if I go here and I go here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to let you compare. This is the Nexigo. Okay, let's just put this on. Okay, and then I'm going to hide that and I'm going to switch 2 webcams on and take that off. And you can now see for yourself And just let me change the theme so you can see it a bit more clearly, because I tend to be a bit squished at the moment. So let's go there, there, and go there. Okay, so now we've got a better picture. Okay, and basically now that you can see, let me put the name on here, you can do a direct comparison between the Nexigo, the OBSpot, and the Logitech Brio. Now, I'll be talking about all these three cameras, and the way I'm doing this is I've got three cameras and one microphone. Okay, so I've muted two microphones, so you're hearing one voice and you're watching three of me. Now, what I've done, you'll notice that every time I move, ignore the OBSpot for a moment. If I go, let's bring this up on screen. Let's balance things up a bit. I'm going to take the logo off. Just a minute, let's remove the logo and put my logo in its place. Okay, and I'm going to stop the snake, because unless you comment, the snake doesn't do anything. So if you're watching and you want to be on the snake and you want to be in it to win it, okay. So what you've got now is you've got the Logitech Brio top left, you've got the OBSpot to the side of it, and you've got the Navigo. Now you'll see that the OBSpot and the Brio and the Nexigo are perfectly lined up, and they both have a very similar picture. That's because the Brio is actually mounted on top of the Nexigo, so I can look at both of them at the same time. Yeah, whereas the OBSpot is slightly off to one side. Yeah, and that's how I'm doing this. Okay, but we're talking about the clearest picture, and this is your decision. I think the clearest picture of these three is the Nexigo. Yeah, and that's why for clarity of picture, I'm saying the Nexigo is the one. This Nexigo. Okay, so let's take this off. Okay, the next thing is, and I just want to go here. Just let me change things up a minute. Hang on, don't go anywhere. I need to change things because that's much too big. It's got dual noise cancelling microphones. We're talking about the Nexigo, which is down, featured item in the carousel, bottom left. It's got dual noise cancelling microphones, which means that this is important. Whenever you're looking for a camera or a microphone, always make sure that they have noise cancellation. If you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your dog barks, if you have noise cancellation, the only person who hears the dog is you. Noise cancellation is important. I had the neighbours putting a new bathroom in next door, and we had our window open. And whilst I was broadcasting live, people listening to me heard nothing, nada, because of noise cancellation. The Nexigo, I don't know what's happened here. We'll soon find out. I'll have to comments in a minute, but somewhere on Facebook, somebody's written something. The camera is certified for Zoom, but it works with Microsoft Teams, WebEx, and with Google. And the key to this clear picture that you're watching now is that the N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition at 30 frames per second. Okay, and I'm just going to take a comment over here. Okay, I can't understand, and just give me a second. I just wanted, just let me check something in my studio. Okay, I know that Adrian is from Romania. Hello, and thank you for joining the broadcast. I'm not going to put any more of your comments on screen. Okay, because I don't have to. And that's not happening on Amazon. This is happening on Facebook. It tells me that Adrian is on Facebook. And this is a commercial broadcast on Amazon Live with feeds going to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And if I had the ability to actually do something, I would. I do assure you. Just carry on commenting. I'm totally ignoring it. Okay, so this is the major feature. The N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition. The next feature is that it can directly save any settings to the webcam itself. And this is important. This is an intelligent webcam. It can remember things. And it's got advanced, oh, wait a minute. What I meant to say was it's got advanced face detection. The AI will automatically detect faces, whether there's one person, 3 people, or 5 people on screen. It will arrange its field of view accordingly. And the other thing I love about this camera, apart from the clarity of the picture, is that it's got a remote with 10 times zoom. And this is like a TV remote, but it controls the camera. And it means that I can do this. So I'm going to take this off. We're going to have a quick demonstration. Okay, so if I press the function button there and then press a number, I can save the camera settings. So I can have 10 different camera settings. And if I go 2, I'm just pressing the number 2, it will zoom out and you can now see the entirety of my office. The remote control has presets. I can come back to me by just pressing 1. Okay, now these presets, these 10 presets, you can set them and forget them, or you can set them and change them out anytime you want. Okay, I can go to the left and show you the bookcase. I can go to the right and I can show you the Samsung all-in-one PC. I wish they still made those. Bit of product placement. That leather case that's in front of the monitor is down in the carousel. It's for an iPhone 12 or 13, Samsung Galaxy S21, S22. It's 6.8 inches deep. It takes the larger mobile phone and it basically goes onto your belt so you can carry your phone around on your hips, take the phone out when you need it, quick release, magnetic catch, and you're actually protecting your phone with a second case, and it's handy. Yeah, I'm just saying that. That's down in the carousel. Okay, back to me. Okay, so we spoke earlier about green screens. Whilst I'm here, and we're talking about the Zoom Certify, what I want to do is just talk about 2 other things which are down in the carousel. I just want to find the first one. I'm going through the carousel, which is at the side of me on my iPad. Wait a minute. Right, featured in the carousel now is the stand that you can see behind me, which is the eMart T-shaped stand. One of the things you will have noticed is that my office is not too wide, which means that I can't have the normal stand with a pole at either side. I have to have a stand with one pole in the center. And the eMart T stand has one pole in the center, 2 bars going across. You get the photography backdrop, put it over the bar, and then you clip it into place for the 4 clips. That's all supplied by eMart. It is $45.99. It's in the carousel at the moment. Now, the amazing thing is that for less than $60, you can change the way you look on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch just by getting the stand and then choosing your backdrops. The backdrop that I'm showing you in the carousel, normally $14.99, today $13.99. You can change the way you look on a call. Let's go further in. Just a minute. You can change the way you look on a Zoom call, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch by actually getting a backdrop. Okay, now quick clue. I need to iron this backdrop. And I keep promising to do it. I will do it tomorrow morning. I'm going to iron this backdrop. It's the one that's down in the carousel. It's $13.99. And as you can see today, it's 7% off. But you don't have to have a brick wall. Photographers around the world have used photography backdrops for years. And there's such a selection on Amazon.com that if you click the link to my brick wall, you will find everything that you desire. What do you desire? If you desire an Hawaiian beach, you can have an Hawaiian beach behind you. If you desire Wild West town, you can have a Wild West town. If you want to be sat in the office, you can have an office behind you. And they're all from sort of $14, $15 up, and you can change the way you look on camera for $60. Okay, right. So presentations, everything. We're talking about the fact that Nexigo has got the best picture I've ever seen on a webcam. And we're also talking about the fact that the Nexigo today is 20% off. It's $151.99. And if you want to know what it looks like, then it looks like this. No, not like that. Let's switch that camera off. Let's switch that camera off. Let's hide that image. And let's bring this on screen. Now, I've got to warn you that the Nexigo 970p is, well, it's wide. Yeah, it's about 7 inches wide. Yeah, and it sits on top of your monitor, but equally well, it could go on a tripod. And it's got the remote control and it's got the software. And I can show you quickly. Well, I can show you tomorrow, show you the software. But suffice it to say that the remote control gives you fine control over the camera itself. So you can adjust it. You can zoom in increments. You can zoom out again. And then you can go back to where you first thought of. Okay, so that's the Nexigo. Now, next we're going to go to my favoriteest camera. This is just the thing about the Nexigo and the Brio and the C920X, which we started off with, is that they are static cameras. In other words, this goes over the back of your monitor. If I put it up here so you can see it, probably like that will be good. And I turn it sideways. Okay, that lip there goes on the back of your monitor or your PC or Mac, and it's held that way, and then you just get the angle right. Or most cameras now have a thread in the bottom and you can put them on a tripod. As we saw a moment ago, you can put your camera on a tripod. Not that tripod. He's not a tripod. There's the tripod. That is a tripod. That's the Lume Cube tripod down in the carousel. The most stylish tripod I have seen. Okay, now I'll just move the mic out of the way. Just excuse me a moment. There you can see it, the Lume Cube. And let's go over to the Lume Cube just a second, because this is the most amazing. Well, it's when you look at anything, when you look at stands, what you're actually looking for is the design, the aesthetics of it. And if I go here, down in the carousel now, featured is this stand. This is the Lume Cube stand. What you have is a tripod with 3 legs. You have a locking device, so you can put those at any height that you want. You have the central pole, which is 12 inches. And on top of that, you have a ball joint. So if you want to put lighting in here, you can put lighting in here. Or if you want to put a camera in, you can put a camera in. I've got the Obspot tiny camera there at the moment, which will be coming back into a second. And if you put lighting in there, then you can change just the angle. But this is a beautifully designed stand. We know Lume are brilliant at lighting, but now they've gone into stands. And this is, well, I just saw it and I thought, right, that stand, I want that stand. So I got the stand. Okay, so your camera can go on a stand. But the thing about the Obspot is, well, let's just look at the Obspot. We're going to now look at the Obspot. So just give me a second. And I'm going to go to the Obspot Tiny. Okay. And I'm going to switch to the Obspot Tiny. Okay. This is an Obspot Tiny 4K webcam. And basically what you have is you've got the lens at the top, you've got a 2-axis gimbal, and then you've got the camera body underneath. And if I go here and go down to here, I can tell you the features of the Obspot Tiny 4K camera. by coming to me. All right, so you're now watching the OBSBot 4K camera, and I'm hopefully looking at the OBSBot 4K camera. I'm going to take that off screen because I'm going to bring this on screen. What we're looking at is the OBSBot Tiny PTZ 4K, PTZ, pan, tilt, both ways, and zoom, PTZ. So in other words, this camera is not fixed. It's on a gimbal, which means that it can move up and down and it can move from side to side. Yeah. And it's got AI powered framing and autofocus. So if I show you something in front of the camera, you get a very clear picture of the object that I'm showing you. That is autofocus. Okay. It is a 4K video conference camera. Now, I'll explain that in a moment. It's got dual omnidirectional microphones. Yep. In other words, it picks up sound all around you. And it's with the 2-axis gimbal, it's got auto tracking. Okay, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a demonstration in a couple of minutes time. It's got low light correction. If I turn my light off, yeah, then the camera will compensate. If I turn my light back on, you can see me. The light I'm using, by the way, is a Logitech LitraGlow light, which is down in the carousel. Okay, now, just a note, I own 75% of the items in the carousel. I can show them to you. I use them every single day. So if you've got a question about anything in the carousel, then please do ask. Okay, and if you ask, then you can be added to the snake. And if you're added to the snake, next week, if I go here, I just want to take the logo off. So I'm going to remove the logo. If you're added to the snake, then next week, I should be running a lottery jar. And if you comment during the live broadcast, then I will stop the snake at the point. Everybody who's commented on Amazon goes into the jar, and then I pick a winner for an Amazon voucher. So that starts next week. We're just testing today. So if you want to test out the comments, just put a comment in. Yeah. And you'll be added to the snake. And then I'll test out the comments jar at the end. Okay. Because at the moment, I could do with a few more comments. Okay. Just saying. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's designed to, right. The OBSBot has got magical gesture control. If I go like that, it will start following me. If I go like that, it will stop following me. If I go like that, it will zoom in. If I go like that, it will zoom out. We talked about the dual omnidirectional microphones. They've got noise reduction, not noise cancellation. So this means that it's an ideal conference camera. It's got 3 preset positions. Now this is going to be fun. Normally when I do this broadcast, it's mid-afternoon, but I can go to me. I can go to the desktop. So that's the same camera going to the desktop. And I can go to the garden. But this time of day, all I can show you is a picture of the curtains because it's pitch black outside. Let's come back to me. Okay. It's got AI tracking. Versatile mounting we've just seen because you can put it on a tripod. And because I've got 2 OBSBots, I've got 6 views from my 2 OBSBots. Okay. Let's go back to the AI tracking, shall we? And I'm going to load the software and I'm going to press a button. This is the practical part of the show. This may or may not work. So let's go for it. If I move backwards, okay, and wait for it, I'm going to stand up. Oh, the beauty of the OBSBot is that it's actually tracking me as I move around. So as I move around, yeah, the OBSBot is putting me in the center of the screen. It's making sure I've got headroom, and it's doing that automatically. Yeah? And this is the key to why this is a fun camera. It's a practical camera. It can track you. It's got fast motion tracking. If somebody was running around the gym, you could track them. Okay, if somebody's running a 100-yard race, you can track them from beginning to end because it follows the face. And the thing is that it means that you can zoom in. Okay, and I'm going to go close to the camera now. It just takes a few seconds to settle down. This is an ideal conference camera because you put the camera on the conference table, and then the person who's got the software can actually control which of the speakers the camera is showing. And you go from speaker 1 to speaker 2 to speaker 3 and then back again. And you've got one microphone, will pick up everybody's voice. This is an ideal conference camera. Now, in terms of a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, the price on this Obspot today, the Obspot 4K, is the best I've seen. This for a PTZ camera, this price would be hard to beat because it's not just a static camera like the Nexigo and the Brio. It follows you. It's got AI tracking built in, and the AI tracking is so smooth. As I move over here, and I'm virtually parallel now to my computer, the Obspot is tracking me as I move further around the office. The action on this is so smooth. Yeah, this is for the price. Just a minute, don't go anywhere. For the price of $215, this camera is 20% off today. It was $269. Today it's $215. Whilst I'm live, click the link in the carousel to discover more. If you click link in the carousel, yeah, you're not buying anything. You're just getting more information about the item. Okay, and then the normal buying procedure on Amazon.com takes over. So click the link, get more information, and decide. But for I've got two Obspots. You've seen both of them. Where you're actually watching one, you've seen the second. I got the first one back in January, and when the 4K came out, I got the 4K as well. They are the most flexible, powerful cameras I've got with a great picture, and they're fun to use. Yeah, and just be able to sit down and stand up without. I mean, I'm not touching anything now. Yeah, I just touch one button to start all this, and everything that happens now is being controlled. Hang on, just a minute. You know what? When you're doing a demonstration and things don't go exactly according to plan, just a minute. Okay, hopefully we're back now. Yeah, we're back. That was hairy for a moment, but we got there. Okay. This is just so many different practical applications. You can turn the Obspot upside down, put it onto a bracket on the wall, and if you're in an auditorium with a teacher on stage writing on the whiteboard, then the camera will track their every movement, and the person controlling the software can zoom in and out. So you can use it to record educational lectures. Yeah, you can use the 4K part of this to record video, which you can upload to YouTube and Vimeo. You can broadcast live to YouTube using OBS and get a 4K picture. People can actually watch you in 4K. This is the future. And thank you to just a minute. MD Farouk, Mohammed Farouk, thank you. Thank you for following. Wonderful. I don't have any applause or anything, you've just got my thanks and you've helped make my day. Because the best compliment you can pay a live broadcaster on Amazon Live, and there are over 2,000 of us, is just to click the follow button down below. In actual fact, you see, I'm British and I keep forgetting to do this. Just a minute. And thank you, Mohammed Farouk. Just a minute. I keep forgetting to do this because I'm a Brit. If you're enjoying the broadcast, like Mohammed obviously is, and thank you, then you can just follow, and that means you won't lose me. Yeah. One of the things is you've got the chance watching live video on Amazon Live now. You've got Three things you can do. One, you can follow me, which is effectively bookmarking me. So you get notified sometimes when I go live, but you can go to the following tab above and you can see who you're following. You can build your own Amazon Live channel made up of your favorite broadcasters. So whenever you come to Amazon Live, you can watch people live, obviously, but you can watch the recordings as well. That's one. Second thing is, this is an opportunity, especially coming up to Black Friday, which is a week on Friday, by the way. Basically, what you can do is you can ask questions. If there's something you're thinking about buying on Black Friday, ask the questions over the next 8 days. And so we're here as a resource to help you make a decision. Yeah. This is why I enjoy being here. I'm sharing knowledge and expertise. I've been broadcasting now for 8 years using webcams and microphones and studios, and I just enjoy it so much. I enjoy coming live. I'm grateful to be on Amazon Live, and I'm grateful for the follow. So what I'm going to do now, hopefully, fingers crossed, is I'm actually going to go and sit down. But before I do, behind me, you've got the Fobitech green screen. Fobitech green screen is the best green screen I've found. It's reversible. It's blue on one side, green on the other. If you're going to use background removal software, do use a green screen. If you don't, it will be okay. If you use a green screen, it'll be near perfect. Okay, you'll still have 10 fingers. And you'll be able to do that as well. If you're looking for a backdrop for your Zoom calls, then the stand behind me, less than $60 for the stand itself and for the backdrop. Bargain, really. And you can change the way you look on camera on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, so as I just for anybody who's just joined, I want to say thank you if you just joined or just left. Next, what we're doing is practicing today with the comment snake. If you comment whilst I'm live, you'll be added to the snake, and then points during the show next week will be awarding Amazon vouchers. All the names go into the jar. I click the button, get a winner, and at random, somebody will be chosen to win an Amazon voucher. So that starts next week in the run-up to Black Friday. Okay, let's sit down. Okay, so that was all about the OBSpot camera down in the carousel today. Just a second. It's lost me. Just a minute. This is where having the software handy comes in. Okay, so I'm back now. I'm sat down, and let's just declutter the screen a minute. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to switch the follow button off. Okay, I'm going to switch the jar off. Oh, wow. Just as I did that, a new follower, Lisa. Lisa, thank you for following. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You've made an Englishman very happy today for the follow. Right, let's catch up with the comments. I'm not sure what the comments are at this moment, but we've covered AI tracking. And I'll just go to Johnny Kong. Howard is UK too. Not seen him in a while. Howard, yeah, Mr. Howard was live. I think I saw him last week. Howard Vale was live, certainly over the Prime Days, the recent Prime Days. Howard Vale was live, and he is one of my 6. Yeah, it's myself, Nick, Grant, Corinda, Howard, and there's another gentleman from England as well. In fact, I know of Amazon Live broadcasters who are based in Portugal, Marco Novo, who you may know, in Australia, Adair Palmer, in South Africa, in Cape Town, Brigitte Limbanda. So this is a global website, and let's just catch up with the comments. He's an insider. Yes, he is. What also? So am I. Okay, now the next comment I just want to read before I read it out. Right, okay, I've got an advert coming in, and I've got a big hello, which I'm going to show on screen from Lisa. So Lisa, you're now on the snake. Brilliant. Thank you for the follow. And if you have any questions, you need any help with live broadcasting anytime, I'm live normally. I'm live at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday from Wiltshire in England. When I say Wiltshire in England, think of Stonehenge. I'm about 20 minutes away from Stonehenge. And, you know, we managed to go 3 or 4 times a year, very lucky. Also close to Salisbury Cathedral. So it's that sort of area, Wiltshire, about 93 miles from London. And I showed you a picture earlier. And so, hi, Lisa. And this is the Kenny-Snevin Canal, which is nearby. Okay, and if I go here, and I'm going to show this on screen, this is the Courts Garden. All these places are in Wiltshire. That's the Courts Garden too. The photograph was only taken last week. So all those photographs that I've just shown you are of where I live, which is in Wiltshire. You've seen that. I'm going to hide that. Wiltshire in England. Okay, and that's the canal that runs by us. Okay, and I'm going to hide that, which should come back to me. It has. System works. Okay. Right. So versatile mounting, AI tracking, versatile mounting. This is great picture. 4K. 4 times zoom. Okay, I can show you that. If I go here, I can actually, if I go to the desktop, if I show you the right camera, first of all, it's the other spot we're on, isn't it? Just a minute. If I go there and I go here, I can actually zoom in. Yeah. And zoom out again. I can go up. Yeah. And I'm going to try and get in what an obvious spot looks like. So let's just go with this and go further in. There we are. That's the obvious spot. That's the box behind it. You've got the camera lens. You've got the 2-axis gimbal, and then you've got the camera body underneath. And it's just a quality camera. As I say, I've got 2 of them, and I just love what they can do. 3 preset positions, 4K, 4 times zoom, and if I move around, my background will move around too. Good fun. I mean, it is basically, it's the most fun you can have with the camera, and it's so flexible. You can be sat down, you can be stood up, you can be moving around, and it's great. I mean, oh, light's gone blue. Just a minute. Just give me a second. I just want to set something up. I'm going to do this twice. Okay. I think I can stand up. Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to come around here. Okay, so I'm around here now. One of the things that I do is that 11:30 every morning, I go out for 90 minutes for a 5-mile walk wearing my Fitbit, which I'll talk about in a minute, Fitbit Charge. And I wear headphones. And the headphones I wear are down in the carousel now. These are Aftershokz headphones. And they're the best headphones I've ever had. This is my second pair. Now, the thing about these is they go over your ear. They don't go into your ear canal. So they're not irritating because they're going over there. They work. The sound waves travel through your skull to your inner ear. So that's where you normally process sound, your inner ear. You're not going to lose these. These are not earbuds. Yeah, they're not going to fall out. Because first reason is they don't go in. And the second thing is they go over. If I turn sideways, okay, and go like that, you can see how they fit. Yeah. They're not hi-fi, but they are good quality sound. What I do is I go out. Just let me turn the microphone a minute. Okay. When I go out, I wear my Fitbit. I pair these with my mobile phone. Okay. So, and then I load up Amazon Music. Okay. And I select the 100 greatest rock hits and I play the music whilst I'm walking. And these headphones relay the sound from my phone beautifully. I carry this in a rucksack and I listen to tracks for 90 minutes. I'm just, whatever the weather, I'm out and about walking, doing steps, getting fit, staying fit. Listening to rock music makes you walk faster, purely my opinion, of course. And listening to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, well, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the flagship phone from Samsung. It is down in the carousel, but we're talking about the Aeropex. Now, the Aeropex, fine for walking, running, jogging, and cycling, and thankfully, they are waterproof. Now, you can't go swimming in them, but in showers and in rain, in heavy rain, as I was yesterday, these worked perfectly. As far as the controls are concerned, you can skip to the next track just by pressing the button twice. You can mute by pressing the button once. You can increase and decrease volume, and you can make a phone call. When you make a phone call, you can voice dial. Okay, taking a phone call, just press the button and the phone call comes through, which brings me to my point for today. I was out walking and I was walking around Devizes and I noticed that two people were walking with the phones like that, listening to somebody talking on the phone. And I thought, headphones. If you've got a pair of headphones, listen to the phone call on the headphones, not by carrying a phone. And this is true. True story again. Another person was pushing a pram, a pushchair, was pushing a pushchair with the phone. This is Brits, by the way, not Americans, obviously. Listening to the phone in hand, pushing the chair with the other hand near a busy road. There is no need to put your phone like that anymore. You can get a set of headphones which via Bluetooth, I mean, it's not rocket science. If I just put this on and I just come down here and I go there and I go to Bluetooth, you can see that the Aftershok's Aeropex are the first item listed. If I switch them on, do you see that? They're paired straight away. Then all I need to do is to go to Amazon Music, select which album I want to play, and I'm going to go, hang on, Amazon Music. I'm going to go home. Let's go back. I want to pick, well, it doesn't matter because you can't hear it, can you? If I go here and I go here, I am now listening to All the Young Dudes. Okay, and hopefully you can't hear it. Okay. That's how easy it is. So there's no need to carry your mobile phone and listen to it like that. Headphones are the answer. So that's just my thoughts. Headphones are the best way to go because, yeah, right. I'm going to sit down and it's going to lose me again and then it's going to find me again. Okay, so let's come back here. Now, the thing about these headphones is because they don't go in your ear, you can hear the traffic around you. You can talk to somebody next to you. These are safe headphones. My opinion, these are great for when you're out because you can hear the traffic, you can talk to the person next to you, and you're aware of your surroundings. So they have my vote, and they're just so, I mean, they are so light. Okay, if I show you, okay, what I'm going to do, just a minute. If I go into here, if I go into here, this had better work. Okay. These are my previous pair of aftershocks, and they're, if you click this link for these, you'll find these. These are the start of the range. These are towards the top of the range, and you can see them. If I go near the lens, yeah, and I move back a bit, you can see them. They only weigh 26 grams, which is the weight, or less than the weight, of a bag of chips, or as we'd say in the UK, a bag of crisps. So I can put these on, and literally, when I've got these headphones on, I forget that I'm wearing them. I genuinely forget that I'm wearing them because they're so light. And when you charge them, they're good for 8 hours. Yeah, so charge them the night before and they're good for 8 hours during the day. So you get 8 hours playtime. I've missed a comment. Let's come back into my studio because I get carried away at times. So Lisa, thank you for the follow and for saying hi. And my next comment is coming in and can't understand what you're saying, Adrian. Okay, that's, yeah, okay. Thank you. One of the things about the comments, and I've had some beautiful comments in my studio today, is that they don't disappear. I can see them afterwards. So, Adrian, I will be in touch after this broadcast finishes. Okay. But the purpose of this broadcast is to help everybody on Amazon Live. If I switch the snake off for a moment, let me go here and switch the snake off. Okay, and go here. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. I can switch cameras, go here. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We talked about Logitech Brio and the Samsung 22 mobile phone. I will mention tomorrow. I'm live at 11 a.m. Eastern every day, starting tomorrow, in the run-up to Black Friday. Black Friday is a week on Friday, and obviously there's Cyber Monday as well. I think something's happening on Thursday too. So look out for that. Look out for something happening on Thursday. Definitely Black Friday, definitely Cyber Monday. I think it's going to be a sales weekend to beat all sales weekends. If you've got any question about products, join me at 11 a.m. Eastern and I'll try to answer them. Anything that's in the carousel, most of it I actually own. So just ask. Okay. And brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. But I just want to say thank you for watching. And thank you for following. Okay, and if you do comment, you will appear on, just a minute, let's do this. If I go here, you will appear on the Belive, oh, wait a minute. You'll appear on the Belive Snake. Now, as I say, I'm live 5 days a week. And if you want to know who I am, if I go here, you are watching Stephen Healey. Okay, that's me. I've been described by a friend. It has to be a friend. And I've got a comment coming in from Johnny. Let's just see what it says. Right, and a question coming in from Johnny. Basically, thank you for the question. I'm just going to take that title off screen so we can clear things up a bit. I've been broadcasting on Amazon Live since August 2021. So I've been doing 14 months here. I broadcast from 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern every single weekday. On Monday, I broadcast with my good friend Nick Wood, and we do a movie quiz. And then the rest of the week, I broadcast solo for 2 hours a day. And I just enjoy doing it. I mean, for me, I mean, I'm sat, this is the magic of live video. I'm sat in my studio, which is in Wiltshire in England, which is thousands of miles from where you are on the East Coast, and even further from the Pacific Coast, further from Australia. And I can be seen by people all around the world. I just enjoy being here. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for the question, Johnny. Hopefully that answered it. If you've got any more questions, then please ask. But you have been added to the snake. There you go. Okay. Right. What we're going to talk about now is down in the carousel, and that is this. Okay. Then if we wind back, so let me take that off. If we wind back, we said at the start of this broadcast that this show was called Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, live from Wiltshire in England, broadcasting on Be Live. And that's totally true. And this is the action part of the show. Notice I'm still wearing the headphones. I just forget I'm wearing them. But what I'm going to do now is something that is important to me and should be important. Well, I'm not going to get pretentious. I'm going to give you the facts. This is down in the carousel at the moment. And this is the Fitbit Charge 5. This is the first Fitbit in color. It's also got GPS. Now, what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to use my personal dashboard to tell you why this is my training device. I use this to train. I got 11:30 every morning, weekdays, hail, rain or shine. I go out the door wearing the Fitbit. Fitbit has one job in life. It counts the number of steps you do in a day. Okay. Now, 2,000 steps is 1 mile. I try and do 4 miles a day, 8,000 steps. Okay. I do more than that, but we'll come to that in a minute. But this is a great way to keep fit. I know swimming is a great way to keep fit, but walking, as soon as you go out the front door and start walking at a faster pace, health benefits. I'm going to show you basically. So let's go over here. I'm not sure whether I've got, just a second. I'm not sure whether I've actually got my set of notes. Okay. Right. Plan B. Plan A has not worked. We're going to go with plan B. Fitbit Charge is down in the carousel, and the price today is $99.95. It's a third off, 33% off today. And this device, I mean, this is the ideal Christmas present. If you're looking at buying Christmas presents for people, nobody expects a Fitbit for Christmas. But this is the gift of good health. This is the ideal gift. If you can't think of a gift for a friend or member of your family, then a Fitbit, because this is not a subscription service. You don't what you buy the Fitbit down the carousel for $99.95. Everything I'm about to show you now, he said, is totally free. There are no added extras. Fitbit are owned by Google. Great financial backing. And I'm going to share with you now my dashboard. When you get a Fitbit, the first thing you do is you register it. And this is my 5th Fitbit. Angelica's got the same Fitbit. So we've got matching Fitbits, and we go out for a walk together. Angelica wearing her Fitbit, me wearing mine, Angelica listening to her phone, me listening to my phone. Okay, so togetherness. But this is just the beginning. What you do then is you actually join the Fitbit.com website. Let's go over there right now. I'm going to share my screen. So give me a second to set this up, and we'll be over to Fitbit Land. And if I go share screen and go to Fitbit and share, I'm going to bring it share. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in the screen, and we are nearly there. I'm just waiting for my studio to catch up. And here it is. Okay. This is my Fitbit dashboard. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the snake off because I don't want the snake to be on the Fitbit section. And I'm going to take my logo off. Well, I don't know. How does it work? That's not too bad, is it? So you are watching Stephen Healey, and I am live from England, and I am talking about Fitbits. And this is my personal dashboard on Fitbit. As soon as you register on Fitbit, you get your own personal dashboard. The biggest thing about Fitbit is community. There are millions of people from around the world with one aim, and that's to stay fit using a Fitbit. So already you have something in common with the people on Fitbit, and you can join community. Yeah. And I'm going to just want to close that. I do thank you for watching on Amazon. If I click there, community is at the heart of Fitbit. Once you join Fitbit.com, you've got access to health groups, will help you with any aspect of your health. You've also got access to communities. Now, every week, let's go here. I think that's right, which is, yeah. In the communities, you have weekly challenges, weekday challenge, and a weekend challenge. And the idea is who does the most steps, who gets to the top of the ladder. Yeah. Now, these challenges are run by members for members. They're free to join. There is no cost. But the beautiful thing about this is you get to know people from around the world. If I go out my door and I walk 3 miles, somebody on the ladder will cheer me. If they go out the door and they walk 3 miles, I'll cheer them. It's a support. With the biggest will in the world, when you start an active regime to get fit, your family and your friends support you wholeheartedly at the beginning, and then first month you do great, second month and it sort of disappears. If you're part of Fitbit and you take part in the weekly challenges, you've got people cheering for you and supporting you every time you go for a walk. And you can chat to each other. It's not about the numbers, it's about the chat. And if somebody wins, I mean, there's a lady who won at the weekend, and I said, well done. Yeah, you can help make people's days. Yeah, she took part in a Spartan run. I've only just heard of Spartan runs. If anybody knows what a Spartan run is, can you just type the answer in the comments? Yeah, but we're all connected by the Fitbit, and it's run by the community for the community. And I've just joined another 4 ladders this week. Yeah, because you get to know people, you get pushed. Yeah, come on, you can do that. Pushed and helped and encouraged to do your best, encouraged to walk every day. Okay, right. As you can see, I do get excited about this for the very good reason that this is a device which helps you stay fit. The next, if you wear your Fitbit to bed, then it will measure your sleep. Now, last night I slept for 8 hours, 7 minutes. My target is 8 hours, so that's good. If you wear your Fitbit for 4 nights and you want then help with your sleeping pattern, help is on offer. You can get a free report which tells you how you can improve your sleeping pattern. Now, I'm not a medic. This is not medical advice, but if you wear your Fitbit to bed for 4 consecutive nights, you get a sleep report. The next bit on this is the maximum number of steps you've done in a day. The maximum number of steps I've done in a day is 60,000 steps in a day, which is the equivalent of walking 30 miles in 1 day. Okay, now if you excuse me a moment, I'm just going to stand up. I'm not being rude, hopefully, but if I go up here and I go over here, and you can probably hear the clanging of metal. I'm going to come back here. I suppose you're wondering, why on earth did you, Stephen, do 60,000 steps in 1 day? Right. I walk marathons. I train using the Fitbit, but I actually walk marathons. And this medal, there you are, if I can get it close to the screen, is for walking from Avebury to Stonehenge, 26 miles, 385 yards, and the medal's mine. And I don't often get a chance to wear it. So excuse me if I put my medal on and That's how I got my 60,000 steps. Okay, take the cell off. The next thing is that you can track your weight. You can say how much you weigh today, next week, next month. You can track your weight. In addition to that, you have a food diary. Now, the food diary's got all the American foodstuffs in there. You can keep a food diary. So the Fitbit is counting the energy you burn. You're actually adding the food you've eaten and the calories you've eaten. From that, you can work out basically if you're going in the direction you want to. Now, I said the Fitbit actually counts the number of number of steps per day. But if I scroll down the page and come to here, and I'm going to go to more. Okay, quickly. You can see that I've walked 4.59 miles today. This week, I've walked 27.47 miles. This month, I've walked 132 miles this month. And this year, I've walked 937 miles. Now, my personal target is to walk 1,000 miles in a year. And I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to get that 937 up to 1,000 miles. But we said at the beginning that this Fitbit has GPS. Now, without any other programs, without Strava or Map My Walk or Map My Run, the Fitbit for free actually maps your walk. Okay, and I want to go back again just a minute. I took a wrong turn there. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to go here. Because the Fitbit has got GPS, then after you finish your walk, it won't take a second. I walked a long way yesterday. There you are. There's my route yesterday around Devizes, which is where I live. And you can see that I set off from home. I walked along the main road. I turned left. Then I start to go uphill. So I start to slow down and I get to the top of the hill. And then I'm going downhill and I'm going faster. Then I cross over the road. Yeah. And all the while, it's actually mapping where I'm walking and tracking my pace. In addition to that, and this is where it's important, okay? It tells you during your walk how many minutes cardio exercise you did and how many minutes fat burn you did. All the information I'm giving you now is free. Now, if you go, let's come back to me. If you go out for a stroll, then you're doing exercise. If you want to benefit your heart and you want to lose weight, you need to walk faster. And that's what that proved. But this is all about the Fitbit Charge 5. It is on offer today. It's $99.95, which is a third off. And it's the key to staying fit. This is the only device I use to measure my fitness and to motivate me and keep me fit. The Fitbit website itself is where I've made friends from around the globe, and we help and support each other in actually walking more and staying fit. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live on Amazon Live today and on Facebook, on YouTube and on Twitch. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England. I do enjoy your company. I'll be back at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's good to see you back. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now. That's a wrap. Bye.